Today, I want to talk with you about SEI. SEI is a coin that I personally think very highly of, and I still have a lot of expectations for, and that's why I want to discuss the long-term perspective with you today. What price targets can still reach during the bull run, and what needs to happen for that to be possible? And of course, we also want to take a short-term look at the coin. What does the forecast look like for the next days and weeks? That's how it looks. The SEI token hasn't been around for that long. I've only had it on the chart since August 2013. And in the last bear market, we had a low from October 2013 of just over 9 cents. And since then, we've seen a rise into a wave 1 or wave A. I'll get to that in a moment. Then we crashed down into a wave B or wave 2. And now we're moving up into a wave C in yellow, or maybe even into a wave 3, which is still quite a bit higher. Why the two options? 3, which is still quite a bit higher. Why the two options? I can tell you that in the first rise, it's not certain whether it's a wave 1 or a wave A. If the rise were only in 3 parts, then one could definitely say that this is a wave A. And that means then wave B and wave C. But because the rise is in 5 parts, in my view, it could also be a wave 1. It then holds with another wave sequence up to wave 5. It's going up. The difference is as follows. If we only have an ABC formation here, then the target for the bull run is significantly lower, as if we have a 5-part movement. In the wave count, in yellow, for the ABC, we would have a price target of 224 up to 431 that one can still reach with it. These targets are of course not set in stone. You also have to take a look at that, how the substructure develops. Then you can specify that whether we might be lower down or if it goes up a bit more. And if we were in the white count, then we would currently have a target at wave 3 of almost $10. So from that perspective, I would say there's really a lot of potential here. 3 of almost $10. So from that perspective, I would say there's really a lot of potential here. From the current price level, if we had a nearly 4x at the lower edge of wave C, at the upper edge we would be at just over 8x, and for wave 3, if we were to reach it, we would actually still be at 20x, which would be possible. If you don't feel like being transparent with the tax office, does that mean they shouldn't have all your data in the crypto space? And you also don't feel like spending hours identifying yourself and submitting documents? And if you want to trade your favorite coins without that coin being restricted because we don't like it, then you need an exchange where that's not the case. I personally trade on CoinEx and use it because of the freedoms I want to have. What you need to register is an email address and a password of your choice, and then you're registered and can trade freely. Instead of fewer, there are more coins. The fees are moderate. And those who sign up now can still receive up to $100 in welcome bonuses. Are you doing it like I am? Go to CoinEx and sign up. Let's take a look at the short-term time frame and examine everything a bit more closely. In the first step, we've expanded our wave 1 within a trend channel. And now we've moved down into the wave 2, where the price range is normally between the 0.5 and 0.6 Fibonacci. That means between 39 and 33.5 cents. I've included the 0.7 Fibonacci level as well. Normally, you should turn around at the 0.6 level at the latest. But right now, many coins are also dipping a bit lower into wave 2. Drum, Ian, cents as a minimum. If we actually fall down there, then we would have to completely reassess the count and see what comes of it, because then the whole thing is in danger of changing. What will come of it? Because then the whole thing is in danger. That it is different. That's developing, but we are far from that. Currently, the exciting question that arises is the following. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Since this wave 1 that we've outlined here, there are currently 2 possibilities. I've marked that as well. Option 1.1 is that this entire downward movement was just wave A. We're moving up into wave B. And then we could go even deeper into this starting zone and maybe also hit the 0.6 weighting Fibonacci level. The alternative would be, because we have, besides, it's a trend channel. You always need an ABC, and that can still be counted that way at the moment. Would be that we have wave A here, that it was wave B, and we crash down into wave C, and that we would have already completed wave 2 down here. And from here, practically running straight up into the next wave, movement of wave C. That's not quite certain at the moment. You have to take a look at that. For those who want to get into the course, it could be, and no, this is not financial advice, but I'm just saying what I'm doing because I want to add more. You could say, okay, from the amount that I want to add, should I put in a part here now, even though we've already slightly moved out of this starting zone? We only tested it briefly. And just wait. Okay, will a wave C develop? If we should sell off even lower, then you can put your remaining capital in there. You just have to keep an eye on things. If you fall down here, that you might then close the position, because that could turn out to be a bit bearish, but I don't believe in that. A target for wave B is really hard to predict, because a wave B can really be very flat, but also very high. A target for wave B would be between the 0.5 and 0.6 Fibonacci levels, which means we would be between $52 and $56. But I wouldn't rely on that now, because as I said, wave B, you saw that in the last Bitcoin bull run, they can also shoot above wave 1 and then the price drops again. That's why wave B is always a bit tricky. Once we have completed this wave movement here, we will move up to wave 3. So we would already have a target of at least 123. Maybe even 166. And that would mean current price level. In the next rise, we would have the chance for 1.6x, or maybe even just over 2.5x. What will be crucial is how the structure develops here now. Because after this wave 3, there would be a wave 4, and then we would have wave 5 to C, where we would also reach the top of the bull run. And if we want to go even further up, we would be moving into the larger wave 3. Then, should this wave 3 here in yellow extend, and that's very strong, because you keep seeing it in a bull market that wave 3 can be very impulsive. And if that's the case, and we could potentially break through these price targets even further up, and maybe even already penetrate into this area. With wave 3, the probability of reaching up here becomes significantly greater. Come on. Because wave 3 always has to be the longest wave in an impulse, right? You can see that for yourselves. If we don't reach up here with a 4 and 5, that means the bull run would end here at this point, or we would shoot up really high. We might first see a trend reversal here in the upper area, and there would be a chance if we were up here for a 4 and 5. However, there's still the possibility that we could reach the price target, 4 and 5. But there's still the possibility that we could reach the price target. Well, you really have to be surprised by that. Yes, I find it to be a very exciting asset, either way. Especially because there could still be good return opportunities in the room. And we're just like with other coins, like Taro or Solana. But we are already quite far along in the bullish run. You don't see that with this coin at the moment. Please write in the comments whether you are invested in SEI, if this is an appealing coin for you, or if you might want to get into SEI because of this video. But feel free to let me know in the comments. Just write in if you might know one or the other. Let's call it a hidden gem that hasn't fully realized its potential yet. That means where you're still waiting that the rocket really takes off. I hope there were some exciting pieces of information for you in today's video. If that's the case, feel free to leave a thumbs up on the video. Leave me a short comment or maybe just a little smiley. That would push the algo and be good for the channel. And I would like to point out that in the credits, another exciting chart analysis is waiting for you. I wish you all a great time. Until the next video, and